Tom White of Red Option Advisors joins me now for Stocking Up. And do we have some stocking up to do in this show? Good to have you on the show, Tom.
It's good to be back.
Let's start with Apple. What do you do with Apple now that earnings are out?
Yeah, so they guided higher. They beat expectations on both EPS and revenue. So it kind of put a little bit of calm back into investors' minds because sentiment's pretty bearish in there and has been for the last few quarters as they've missed expectations on their flagship iPhone sales. What I see going forward now that it's back over $100 a share post-earnings, we're going to probably be range-bound until we get some more clarity on this iPhone 7 that's going to come out this fall, the date that it's going to be released, and just the cycle of people changing their iPhones. I've got an iPhone and I haven't changed it for 2.5 years, and I probably won't.
Same
because
here.
We're not going to see anything kind of hit you over the head game changer in there.
Good to know on that one. And what about Amazon with earnings coming out in Amazon?
Yeah, so expectations in there are pretty low as far as movement goes. Historically, we see about a 10% move post-earnings. They report tonight after the close. And what we see in there is their cloud business has really taken hold and become their growth driver. We know that they're taking market share as far as the brick and mortar stores go, the Kohl's, the Best Buys, the Walmarts, Targets. They're taking market share away from them. Margins are still a little bit small, but now they've got this new growth engine with the cloud business, and they're taking a majority of market share there away from Microsoft, away from Salesforce, which is CRM. So their competitors haven't really dug in there. So I would expect Amazon to report a good quarter. Retail sales were great last month at a jump of 6%. So the consumer's still there. So I would expect if it does pull back post-earnings, there'll be buyers right away in there. And then there's potential that the stock could rally another $40, $50 on earnings.
One last big name, and that is Google, coming in with earnings as well. So what do you think about this one?
Yeah, it's another name that typically rallies pretty well after earnings. It's just under its all-time highs. But the one thing about the overall market's kind of rallied this year, but Google is actually down for the year a little bit. So they might have some space to make up in there. If their margins decrease this quarter, if they show some slowing in some of their ad revenue, we could see, probably a hefty sell-off in there. But like I said, these innovative technology companies, they're going to get bought up on any dip, typically, unless it's really bad news. So I would expect to see if Google does slip after earnings tonight, that we would probably get some buyers in there.
Good to have you here. Thank you very much.
Good to be back.